Hey, haven't seen you for a while. This is like real life again. Well, real life-ish. I thought I'd jump in front of the lens to introduce this next section just because, I don't know, disclaimer is I'm not a sound engineer and we're gonna get into some sound stuff. So keep that in mind when you are doing this bit, that I'm not a professional sound engineer, okay? But I'm gonna give you all the tips and tricks that I've learned over the years, okay, to get my audio from really bad to good and good to great, okay? So another thing that I wanted to explain was Audition. So when I was kind of getting this outline ready for this, a lot of people were like, include Audition. And I used to, when I used to teach Premiere Pro a long time ago, there was no, you had to go out to Audition, okay, for fixing sound. Premiere Pro had some really limited sound editing tools, you could do a bit, but all the really nice, I don't know, user-friendly stuff was in Audition. Audition is a separate software that Adobe, it's part of your license. So we used to have to go out from Premiere to Audition and then from Audition back into Premiere Pro. We're not gonna do it by one thing in this course because Adobe made the choice a little while ago to bring all of that really good intuitive stuff that was in Audition, okay, and drag it and put it into Premiere Pro. So now we don't need to, jump back and forth. And now the Essential Sound panel, which I'm going to show you in the next video, they're exactly the same. There's an Essential Sound panel in Audition, and there's one in Premiere Pro, and they do the same thing. So we don't need to go back and forth as much anymore. So if you're wondering why we didn't do Audition, that's why. Most of the stuff is in Premiere Pro now. Does a pretty good job. All right, that is it. I'm going to go back behind the computer screen, and yeah, let's jump into the next video. Actually, one more thing before we get started is when you are doing, working with sound, it can be important to, if you are still editing and working with sound and you're reasonably serious about it, which, should be depending on your output, your laptop speakers are not a great idea. Even like if you've got big set of speakers plugged in or a nice set of headphones, the problem with most of them is that they are, they're wrong for the job. Most speakers, okay, that you buy, try to take the input or the sound and make it better themselves. They add a level to the things to make them feel nicer and slicker and happier and bassier, and so they do stuff to the the track coming through. So what you can do is the word is you can see this as monitor. So monitor or neutral speakers. Okay, the problem with them is that they're expensive potentially, and they don't sound great. What I mean by that is that they just let the audio kind of pass through untouched as much as they can, whereas like a nice set of hi-fi speakers tries to boost and add and make volume to, and so they're changing the sound output. So if you are looking for something for your video editing, look for monitor speakers or monitor headphones. What I'm doing now is I can't use speakers in my office. Can you hear it now? Probably can't. It's raining outside. I've got it's really loud on the windows. So it's hard to do any sort of like serious sound stuff. And also my fans on my laptop, they're not running at the moment, but I give it a little minute and those fans, man, they're deafening. Like they're really loud and they, it's hard to clean up audio that way. So I use headphones. I've got a good set of monitor headphones that I don't use very much anymore because I just use like these. This is just a regular set of headphones, and out of the box, they're not very good for, for fixing sound, okay, or listening to it properly. But Sony have this app with it. These specific ones that I use, okay, have app on your phone, and you can really change it and you can adapt it to be more neutral, okay, and get rid of all the extra bass and all the other things they do. So up to you what you want to do. If you do have like these are super fancy, they're super expensive. I think every designer bought a set of these at some stage. Well, I felt like that. Go to a conference and half the people are wearing these headphones. But anyway, you need to do something. Noise cancelling I find are really good. Okay, these particular ones are great. But a monitor set of headphones that kind of cup over the head are really good to have and aren't super expensive. Now, if you're only dabbling and you're only doing little bits and pieces, it might not matter. You just need to get it close enough, but know that if you are getting serious, you do need to probably upgrade your speaker or headphones. All right, let's get started with some actual Premiere Pro sound stuff.